This
Yes, sir.
conference will now be recorded.
Perfect. First of all, online guys, everyone, right? Sorry, right? The class got little delayed. You know that, these guys. Nenu mechanical, nenu electrical, nenu this, that. Same routine questions. What you have been asking in demo class, adhe routine question ikkada kuda. Right? Mechanical. Anybody mechanical? Why you guys have taken mechanical? Tell me this. That time, didn't you thought?
Yes, sir.
There was no? Come on, guys. You don't know that you have to come to an IT world, right? Don't tell me that I don't know. Huh? In IT world, you don't have, mechanical or electrical. You should have taken a proper branch. తెలియదా అమ్మాయిల గురించి బాగా తెలుసు. Yes or no? Right? Chalo. Anyhow, fine. The call is getting recorded. ఇవన్నీ రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది అక్కడ. మీరు నన్ను కూడా చెడగొడుతున్నారు. Right? Perfect. So let's start. Last class we have seen wafer. We have seen abstract class. What is an abstract class? Right? Abstract class are those class where you define only variables, but you don't define any methods. No methods are defined, only variables. Those class can be taken and can be used. Those class can be taken and they can be used wherever you want, the way you want. For example, yesterday we created a class. Somewhere we treated as data type. Somewhere I took the class and created a list out of it. List of class creation. Somewhere I took that class as a data type, declare as a variable, right? That is the use of wafer. Today we will see further, right? What we are going to see. Right? Put a heading called as Apex messages or Apex pages namespace. Put a heading called as Apex pages namespace. Apex pages namespace. Right? Shall I start today? No. I'm thinking time unda leda 25 minutes. Apex pages namespace. Right? Okay. Right? Rasheshara? Cut cheskondi. We'll take it tomorrow.
So yesterday we start constructor, sir.
What do you started? Constructor.
Construct.
Right. You should tell me. Okay. Yesterday we started constructor. Very good. See? We have seen that constructors are of three types: parameterized constructor, non-parameterized constructors, and default constructor. What is the need of constructor? We need constructor for two things. Number one, for initialization. Number two, for passing a class data. 99.99% we use constructor for initializing. Yesterday you have seen, if I take an subject data type, then I need a constructor. If I don't have a constructor, I cannot initialize account and I cannot create account from a Visualforce page. Constructor was must. Now let me log in. Rupam@of117.com, password CRM1234#. Right? CRM12345#. Right? So what is the constructor we have taken? Yesterday we have taken a constructor called as unparameterized, or right, no parameterized constructor. Unparameterized constructor I have taken yesterday. Let me open it. I click on developer console. Let me open the class, right? I close file, open yesterday's class. What is the date? 03/02. Here it is. This constructor doesn't have any parameter. See that? కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కి పారామీటర్ లేదు, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ now time I'm drawing a diagram. How much I'll be able to do, that's a later part of the story, but let's understand, right? This is the Salesforce database. Salesforce DB. This is the Visualforce page. This is the Visualforce page. Visualforce page. VF page. This is a Visualforce page, right? Now, how can you get an account data in this page? Tell me fast. What are the ways? There is an account. How can you get the account data in this page? From this database, how can I get the data? Number one, using standard controller. Using a standard controller, here I will say Apex page standard controller equals to account. I get here, I say name, let's say that, name, phone, fax, industry, right? Salu. This is the page that I'm creating. This is the page I'm creating. This is the page, right? How to get a data here? There's a button called as save. You will say standard controller equals to account. With a standard controller, can we create account? Yes or no? Yes. Action equals to -save. నాకు క్లాస్ అవసరం లేదు టు క్రియేట్ అన్ అకౌంట్. ఏపెక్స్ పేజ్ అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? రైట్? లీవ్, ఫైల్, న్యూ, Visualforce page, VF, today's date 03/12 _ example1 _ create ACC. ఒక అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే do I need a class? No, I will say standard controller equals to ACCOUNT account, right? I will go ahead and I'll say Apex form, APEX, Apex FORM form, Apex FORM form, Apex form. I will say Apex page block. Inside the page block, I will say Apex page block section. Inside the section, I will have Apex INPUT input field. Value equals to exclamation ACCOUNT account.name. How many you want? That many fields you have to put. Let it be. Manaki spacing is not important. Let it be here, right? Account.name, account.phone, account.industry, account.rating, account.sick, right? And finally, I will have a button, Apex command button. Value equals to SAV save. Action equals to, what will I put here? What will I put here? Exclamation save. Am I writing any class? Right ledu. Now I click on preview. Go ahead and see, I can create an account without writing a class. Account name, right? WI with STNDCONTROLLER controller. Phone number, right? 44444. Industry, banking, rating, warm, safe. Go and check one account got created. See, I go to the account. See, without standard controller 444. Okay, account create అయిపోయింది. Have I written a class? రాయలేదు. What is the diagram? So here it is. you can save from a page to the database directly using what? Standard controller. Can I retrieve a data? Yes, sir, you can. Go ahead, open any account. For example, I open an account called as, right, what is this? ఏదో ఒకటి తీసుకుంటున్నాను random గా HDFC Bank. Copy the ID. Copy this ID. Come here and click on preview. Question mark ID equals to enter. Information వచ్చిందా? Have I written in a class? No. So using a standard controller, you can send the data, get the data. Now, yesterday what we did? Now I will go to the yesterday's class. Yesterday we have written a class. This data, we are sending it to the class. Get set. Whatever you are entering here, we are bringing to where? To class. Then in the class, I am initializing, I am saying insert. And from the class, I am inserting the data to the database. Ninna idi chesam mem. We didn't directly insert it. Yesterday, what we did? We did this. Ardhamautunda leda? Yes or no? Yesterday, we did this.
Yes.
Yesterday, what we did? We have written a class. All the data that you're entering in the page is going to the class. After going in the class, there is a statement called as insert AC. Insert AC was the statement in the class. Inside the class, there was a command called as insert AC. INSERT, T is missing. Insert AC. Immediately, system went ahead and inserted the account. Ardhamautunda? Now, today's class, time unda leda, let's see. Today's class, what I'm going to do? Ee roj class em chestanu. Right? This is called as, how did we connected it? We have used a keyword called as controller. Whenever you are connecting a page to a class, you are using a keyword called as controller. We are using what? Controller. Whenever you are connecting directly without a class, what keyword you are using? Standard controller. Controller. With a standard controller. Now, with a controller, you see that greater number calculation. Gurtunda? You enter first number, second number, third number, you hit save. The data goes to the class. Then the result is back to the page. Until this can also be done to and fro. Data will receive by the class. Class can give the data to the page by using what? Controller. Now I want to use both. Can I use both? Answer is no. Ardham kaledu rupam. What is this? Now can I use controller? Controller equals to, let me open a class, 1 minute. Open greater or smaller, get set. Nenu ee class open chestunnanu. What is this class name? This is the class name. Right? I'm connecting here. I want to create account as well as I want to calculate greater of 2 number. I will create one more section. Apex page block section. Right? Section. Here Apex INPUTTXT, Apex input text. Label equals to enter FIRST first NUMBER number. Like this, I'll have 3 numbers. Enter second number. Enter third number. And then I want a command button. Apex command button. Calculate. Right? System will call what? We'll see later. And then finally, I want the answer to be displayed. Apex, right? OUT PUT output text. Apex output text. Label equals to the result is. Section number of columns equals to 1. Section number of columns equals to 1. Control S on the keyboard. First, let me remove this. Control X, Control S on the keyboard. See the output first. I can fill account details. I can hit save. It should save the database. Along with that, I'm entering 78, 89, 98. I click on calculate. System should give me the greater number. To do this, you need what? Class gawale. To do this, I need what? Class, because logic has to be written inside the class. To do this, I can either take class or I can go by standard controller. ఇప్పుడు నేను already standard controller తీసుకున్నాను. So standard controller will handle this piece. Account details enter చేయటం and save. You hit, it will handle. Now, who will handle this? Apex class. Now, how the Apex class is connected? Using a keyword called as controller. In the controller, what is the controller name? Here is that. I say control S. Now you see the error. Both, see, custom controller, standard controller cannot be referenced in same page. In one page, you cannot use standard controller. In okka page, in one page, I cannot use, if I'm using standard controller, I cannot use controller. Ardhamautunda leda. In a page, if I'm creating, in a page, if I'm attaching controller, standard controller, then I cannot attach controller. If I use controller, then I cannot attach standard controller. Edo okati. But my requirement is what now? Both. Then how? Then the next concept is called extension. Then the next concept comes is called extension. What is the concept? Extensions. Write down. Start writing. Extension. Extension. What is an extension? Start writing. What is an extension? Right? Apex class connected to a Visualforce page. Apex class connected to a Visualforce page with standard controller. Apex class connected to a Visualforce page with standard controller is called extension. What is an extension? Whenever you are using standard controller, you cannot connect to class. I want to connect to class now because my requirement is to create account as well as calculate greater of 3 number in a single page. Okate page meeda account create avale, account has to be get created as well as 3 numbers has to be calculated. Greater of 3 number has to be calculated. In such case, this piece will be handled by standard controller, whereas this piece will be handled by controller. You cannot use controller. Then you have to use extension. Ardhamautunda? That means in the page, I cannot use controller keyword. I have to use which keyword? Extensions. There we go. Don't worry, I'll have an error, but we'll fix it. Control S. Whenever you want to use a standard controller, you have to use what? Extensions. Remember that. What is an extension? Extensions are Apex classes to be called along with standard controller. Those are called Apex class called in a Visualforce page along with standard controller are called extensions. What are controllers? Nothing but Apex class connected to a Visualforce page is called controller. What is standard controller? Connection of a table directly to a page is called standard controller. Account is a table object. Pay account directly page ki connect చేస్తున్నాను. It is called standard controller. Standard control equals to passenger underscore underscore C. Standard control equals to accounts, contacts, leads. Adi enti anni tables. Whenever you are connecting a table, we call standard controller. Whenever you are connecting logic, we call extension or controllers. Controllers. But with a standard controller, you cannot use controller. You have to use extension. So with a standard controller, you can use only extensions. Standard controller and extension. You cannot use controller keyword. Arthamainda? Right? Now, whenever you are using extensions, now you see what is it says unknown constructor. Whenever you are using constructor, whenever you are using an extension, remember that particular class should contain a constructor. What is a constructor? Same as class name. See, now I'm creating a constructor. 22 11th class. How to create a constructor? Public class name. There is a constructor. See, constructor got created. Constructor will have same name as class name. Constructor will have same name as class name. See, class name, same name, public, no return type. Yesterday we did that. This is what constructor? Non-parameterized constructor. Parameter ledu. Whenever you want to connect this class as an extension to a Visualforce page, then you have to use a parameter. What is the parameter? Apex pages dot standard controller. Ante ikkada I have to use apex pages pages dot standard controller. Right? Give anything. Rupam RUP. Now say controllers. Saved. Now come to the Visualforce page. Say controllers. Saved. See, no error at all. Now go ahead and give the choice. What was that? Apex SELET select radio. Antena? Select radio. Label equals to label equals to label equals to SELEC select your choice. Now inside this I will have what? Apex SELECT select option, right? Item value, item label equals to GRATR data. Whenever you click on it, item value, let me go to the class and see GRT. See GRT. Next you have one more. Guys, I believe nobody should get confused here. If you're getting confused, then you're a fool. Because by now we did this so many times now. 3-4 times రాశాను. ఇంకా కూడా మీకు అర్థం కాకపోతే ఇంకా నేను ఏం చేయలేదు. Right? Perfect. 3 choices. Enter the first number. Value equals to whatever you enter here. Value VALUE. Value equals to exclamation. It has to go to which one? num1. Now I am assigning value equals to what happened? Attribute must be contained with a single variable. Gone. Error. Next, value equals to num2. See, space. Value equals to num3. Right? Value equals to what was that? Choice. Whatever you enter it will go to the choice. Command action equals to method name. What is the method name? Calculate master. Exclamation calculate master. Result. Value equals to. They are also value. Value equals to result. Control S. Let us see any error. No error at all. Now you see this page is connected to standard controller. This page is connected to an extension. Extension is nothing but controller only. But the difference between a controller and extension is that in extension you need to have a constructor A parameterized constructor. See, there is a parameter inside it. This is called as parameterized constructor. I'm declaring one parameter. Rupam, adi entidi. That is the heading I gave you in the starting. Starting of the class, nenu emannanu? Apex pages namespace money. Then I said cut. Ade idi. I was about to start this, but we will see this tomorrow. Idi entidi we will understand tomorrow. You have to declare one parameter. You have to have a constructor. Now you see that this page works both. Example, right? I will say PARM, Param Tech. Phone number 77777. Industry, education, rating, hot, SIC code, HHHH. First number 78, second number 89, third number 98. Greater, calculate. You'll get the answer 98. Hit the save button, account will be created. See, both are working. Right? See, Param Tech. How it's working? Account creation is with standard controller. Calculation of greater number, smaller number. Ikkada. First number, second number, third number, then two choices. Right? And then there is a button calculate. This piece is controlled by whom? Class. Upper piece is controlled by whom? Standard controller. Both standard controller and controller, if you want to exist in a same environment, you have to use extension. You cannot use controller. Controller, you just a simple standalone undale. With a controller, you cannot use standard controller. But whenever you are using standard controller, you can use extensions. Ardhamautunda? Total, there are 3 ways you can interact with the database. Number 1, with standard controller. Number 2, with controller. Number 3, with extension. Both controller and extensions are same. It is only that extension can stay with standard controller, wife and husband. Whereas standard controller cannot stay with controller. Vala madala padadi. So they are not compatible to each other. As simple as that. Whenever you are using both, naku runde kavale page la. I want standard controller as well as I want a class. In such case, you have to use extension. Whenever you are using extension, immediately that class should have constructor, and that's to a parameterized constructor. Aim parameter, idi parameter. Idi a panikostadi. What is the use of this parameter? We'll see tomorrow. See, parameterized constructor. Ardhamautunda? Everybody is able to understand what is an extension. An extension is nothing but it's an Apex class with standard controller is called extension. Standard controller 30, if you want to use an Apex class, you have to use only extension. You cannot use controllers. As simple as that. Understood now? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Getting inside the brain? Anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt?
Sir, whatever we enter in a VF page, num1, num2, and greater choice, all these will be sent as a parameters to this constructor, and how
Correct.
this will. Okay.
No. What is the use of this? We'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not sending anything in the constructor. I am passing it to the class variable num1, num2, num3, choice, result.
Okay.
As of now, I'm not using this constructor at all. Then use JetLedu.
Yeah, but
Clear?
it should be there in order to use the extensions,
It
right?
should be there. Whether you use it, you don't use it. Adi undalsindi akkada.
Okay.
మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏం యూజ్ చేయలేదు అది డమ్మీ బట్ డమ్మీ అంటే కూడా ఇట్ షుడ్ బి దేర్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్స్ డమ్మీ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి దేర్ అది ఖచ్చితంగా ఉండాల్సిందే రూపం వాట్ ఈస్ ద యూజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ దాట్ ఐ విల్ షో టుమారో బికాస్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ ఏపెక్స్ పేజ్ టైం సరిపోదు నాకు అందుకే నేను స్టార్ట్ చేయట్లేదు టుమారో ఐ విల్ యూజ్ ఏపెక్స్ పేజెస్ నేమ్ స్పేస్ అది ఏంటిది when do you use it what is the use of that parameter this is a parameterized constructor yesterday we have seen non-parameterized constructor yesterday. Then what is the default constructor? That all we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow will be, when I say tomorrow, it is Monday. Monday class, we will see this all. Clear now? That's it for today. I'll stop here. Yesterday homework.
Monday class is at 8:30, right?
Monday class is at 8 o'clock. Same.
Okay.
I told you next week class also 8 o'clock. Next week will be the last 8 o'clock class. After that, 13th onwards, your class will be back to 8:30. Right? Monday, 1 or 2 days, it will be 8:30, same time. Because there's a one more demo. Inkoka next week oka demo untadi. So aa roju kuda you will get suffer. Right? Clear? Anduke inni roju half an hour ekku తీసుకుంటున్నాను so that it get balance. By the way, you are not that delayed. మీరు అంత డిలే కూడా లేరు. Actually 3.5 months, ఇంకా 15 days ఉంది నా దగ్గర. But it is extending to another 15 days. I am extending to another 2 weeks. Usele. Right? Clear? That's it, guys. Thank you. We'll stop here. Have a nice and wonderful day. I gave a homework. What I gave? Duplicate. ఏమైంది? Account plus contact versus opportunity. That was the homework. Sorry, right. Account versus contact. Account plus contact versus lead. Match. What happened to that match? IPL match. Account plus contact versus lead. Clean bold. Have anybody tried? Right. I'll do it on Monday then. If you are not able to try for one more day. I'll do it on Monday. నేను చేస్తాను. Right? Even number, odd number in between. అది కూడా I'll do it. See, if everything I do, the class will get delayed then. మీ homework కూడా నేనే చేయాలనుకుంటే ఎలా? ఏం లేదు. Hint is that, simple hint I'll give. Simple hint is that, right? Write an SQL statement, right? On contact table, right? Or account table, anything you can write. Name, comma, phone, right? Comma, contact dot first name, contact dot last name, contact dot phone from account. SOQL la telusu kada. When I was showing SOQL class opportunity, when I was writing select amount, comma, stage, comma, account dot billing city from opportunity. Opportunity billing city field ledu. There is no such field called billing city, but I'm bringing it for account table. Here also you have to do the same thing. Select phone number, comma, industry, comma, rating, right? Comma, name, comma, contact dot first name, contact dot last name, contact dot mobile from account. Then system will pull everything. Take that, then create, put them where? Put them in a list. Simple, put them in a list, and then pull. Write an SQL statement to pull. Right? Write a SQL statement to pull from where? From the lead, and then compare. Now, where is the wafer? Question comes. Wafer ekkada undi? Suppose you are not able to pull account and contact, then what will you do is that you will pull account separate, contact separate. Then you will write a loop. You will create a wafer. In a wafer, you will say account name, account phone, first name, last name, email. First 2 fields is coming from account, remaining 3 fields is coming from contact. Then, right, wafer equals to new wafer. Wafer dot name equals to, you will run a loop. You will pull account data, you will pull contact data. For both data, you will run a loop. And then you will create a wafer in the runtime. You will mix the field and you will create. Ardhamotunda leda? Try to visualize it. How can I do that? Right? You have to pull from 2 separate tables. Contact table, separate table. Account, contact, separate data. ఈ రెండుని ఎలా మర్జ్ చేయాలి నేను? రెండు మధ్య కామన్ ఏంటిది? అకౌంట్ ఐడి. So pull the first data from account table, then pull the data from the second table. Check whether ID matches. If ID matches, then create a new instance of the wafer, and then add to that list. ఏదో చెప్పాను, మీరు ఏదో విన్నాను, నాకు అర్థమైపోయింది మీ ఫేస్ చూసే. when I do it on Monday, you will be able to visualize it. మీకు అప్పుడు అంత క్లియర్ అయిపోతుంది అసలు ఏం చెప్తున్నాను. ఆల్ వాఫర్ రిక్వైర్స్ థింకింగ్. ఇలా ఆల్ వాఫర్ రిక్వైర్స్ థింకింగ్. రిమెంబర్ దాట్. వాఫర్ స్టార్టింగ్ అప్పుడే చెప్పాను, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ వర్చువల్, యూ హావ్ టు థింక్. So Monday class I'll show you, then you'll be able to understand. Okay, so thank you guys, have a nice and wonderful day. Bye bye guys, take care.